Nice. Okay, Jeffrey. Have I missed anything? No notifications. Not very popular. Last one.
We did it, people. We're at the finale.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple. Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry.
Jeff, the sooner we do this, the sooner we can eat pizza.
Okay, I know.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Are you getting funny in the head?
Why are you so into pizza right now?
I'm starving.
Jeez,
we only had one box of Kraft dinner instead of 2 today.
Each. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
board gamey things.
Yes, we are here today, guys. We made it. We did it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. This is the last video of our top 50 board games of all the time. All of the time.
All of time.
Every of the time that we've played, these are the top 50.
Since 1987 and 1986.
Wrong.
8.
Okay, you got your year wrong also.
I'm 87.
You thought I was older than you?
I don't know why I said 86. I meant 88.
88. So this is the last installment of our top 50. This is number 10 to 1. That's the easiest one to do.
That's the games.
Those are the games. We are going to jump into it. We are very excited. I have no idea what is on Jeff's list because he's already thrown me for a loop pretty much his entire time. And it is your turn to get us started.
Let's do it.
Jeffrey.
Don't look.
I can't see it.
I saw you looking.
Ay.
Chicken. My number 10 favorite game of all time, which I think is going to make Jamie very, 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 very happy, is Mansions of Madness.
I wasn't expecting it to be on your list at all.
I love Mansions of Madness. Every time we talk about this game, you make me feel like you think I don't like it at all.
That's because sometimes when you roll the dice, when you roll the dice, and
it's so frustrating. I get very angry at Mansions of Madness. Doesn't make it a bad game.
Top 10 though.
Yeah, it's only improved. It's only improved for me, I think. Was it in my top 10 last year?
No.
It's only improved because I think collectively when we play it together,
yes,
you love it so much and
you're
having so much fun. And that rubs off on me. There are incredibly difficult scenarios in this that are very frustrating. But there's a little bit of everything in this. You know, I like to inherently go and fight monsters. You like to go and be a little bit more detective work. I love that we can both do that.
I'm sleuthy.
And it gets us closer. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do your thing and I can do my thing. I really love Mansions of Madness. I would like to play it more. It's been a while since we've played it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my number 10. Mansions of Madness.
More
Second edition.
Third edition. Second edition. I don't know. It's over there. Guess we'll never know. It's second edition, just as I said.
Second edition.
Very good, Jeffrey. I'm very happy.
There isn't even a third edition. I don't know why I went to look.
More of the expansions.
Yes, I know.
My number 10 is from Ravensburger.
Vilnius.
And Aaliyah.
Castle of Burgundy?
Castles of Burgundy. I love this game. Even though there's no theme, even though
that should prove to you that some of these other games that you write off, you should probably try.
Oh, for sure. Even though it's the ugliest game, even though
it's not the ugliest.
It's one of them. It's definitely up there. It has so many elements that I love, like the dice placement and the tile placement, and then there's like actions that happen, and I don't know. There's a lot going on in this game. I love it so much. We need to buy our own copy.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that Zach took it back. First of all, how dare he take his own game back? I have played it a few times now on BGA.
I was going to ask, do you like it on BGA?
I don't love it on BGA.
I didn't.
No. But I will play it because we don't have it, and if somebody wants to play it, then yes, I will definitely play with you on BGA. Just so you know, when we say we are playing games on BGA, we do that often with our friends in the Discord. You should join our Discord.
Yeah.
We haven't pitched it in a while, but there it is. That's my number 10. I love this game so much. It was up higher on Jeff's list, or lower. I don't really understand how
Lower. Higher in ranking, lower in number, right? No, I'm confused.
You can't ask me.
My number 9 favorite game of all time is another Fantasy Flight Games, another campaign game. That is Star Wars Imperial Assault.
Knew it.
I have such a good time playing this game. Very thematic. You're upgrading your character. You're uncovering new planets and new storylines. It's so
You're
good.
pew-pewing the bad guys.
I don't love Star Wars nearly as much as I love Lord of the Rings, but there's a key mechanic difference in this game that I prefer much more than Journeys in Middle-earth, and that is the dice rolling mechanic versus the card.
You guys didn't
mechanic.
see that, but he did do this off screen.
Did I?
Yes.
Amazing game. Love it so much. Can't wait to keep playing it. I would like to get some expansions to that as well.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun playing it, but I think what happened there was we were in the middle of Jaws of the Lion.
Yeah, we had 2 campaigns going on at once.
Yeah, that's too many campaign games. My number 9, I am assuming is not on your list at all, which is sad, but that is the Isle of Cats. I love cats. Isle of Cats. The very first video that I ever did on this channel was an unboxing of Isle of Cats before we actually officially started it.
Right.
It was like my trial run
I forgot
video.
about that.
I don't really count it. I love this game. It is a polyomino tile placement game where you are rescuing cats from this island because there's an evil man who's trying to like kill cats, which is just crazy.
Is that the theme?
Yeah. It's like Lord something.
I don't
Starts
think I
with
knew
a
that.
V. Anyways, and you're trying to get as many cats in your boat as you can, scoring points, and I love it. I love this game so much. I love it.
Great on you.
It's right behind me. It's always up there. You can't see it, but believe me, it's there.
My number 18 favorite game.
18?
My number 8 favorite game
like,
of all
what's
time
happening?
from Cephalofair Games is Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion.
Jottle. That was Jeff's number 1 game last year.
That's fair.
Yeah, because we had just finished it.
We just finished it. I don't know what else there is to say about Gloomhaven. I think Jaws of the Lion is the superior version in my opinion because we don't have a massive gaming table
or
yet.
gaming group. Superior at 2.
We've played Gloomhaven multiple times with multiple different gaming groups that constantly bailed on us.
Yeah.
Jaws of the Lion is superior because you grab the book, you put it out, it's got your maps, it's got everything. Setup is easier, quicker, and the story, in my opinion, is just as good. The one thing it does miss, I think, the mark on is upgrading your character and getting new character mechanics and new miniatures with new abilities and stuff.
Fallen from grace a little bit.
And probably will continue to.
My number 8 was my number 2 last year, a game that I love very, very much, and it is about birds. And that is called Wingspan. I still love Wingspan, and I think like my love for it has not, well, it has diminished a little bit, but like I still will play this game anytime if anybody wants to play it. I bought the app to play. I love this game. We have not played with the Oceania expansion, only with the European expansion. I think if we played with the Oceania expansion, it would increase my love for it even more, but there's just something about this game. It's such a tight game. I just love it. It just works so well. It's beautiful. I love the eggies.
There's a reason
even though
why
you
they
can't
sold a
eat
million
them.
copies.
This game, I would never in my life ever get rid of this game. Everybody loves this game. Was it on your list at all? It totally fell off your list. Oh, it wasn't even on your top 10 last year.
My number 7 favorite game of all time is, dipped a little bit, I believe, Brass Birmingham.
It was not on your list at all last year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So it's
increased.
Not dipped, it jumped.
Brass Birmingham is a economic game where you are brewing beer and getting resources in order to basically up your production of other things. Jamie hates it because it's
economic.
Very industrial looking theme with industrial looking art. I
The board's very
love
dark.
it, and it's probably increased exactly for the reason because I always want to play it and no one ever wants to play it with me.
We were going to play it at a board game weekend. I did relearn the whole thing. And then we didn't end up playing it. And I was like, that took me like all day to relearn.
Yeah, it's a heavy game.
It is a good game.
I don't see Brass Birmingham popping off my top 10 for a while. That is my number 6, Great Western Trail.
What?
Oh, I flipped tabs.
I was like, what
That is my number 7.
Heavens the Betsy's.
I need to take a break.
Clearly.
That is my number 7, Brass Birmingham.
Yeah, and his number 6, Great Western Trail, which is not even his number 6. My number 7.
There's a game I'm waiting to hear, and I don't know where it's going to land.
I know. My number 7 is Fantasy Realms.
That's high.
I was shocked that yours was so low.
Again, it's a product of the type of game it is.
Yes, I don't know, but this is the type of game that I just love to play. We discovered this year. It is what Red Rising is based off of. So you know if Red Rising is on my list, that Fantasy Realms is going to be on the list. And it's a game that now we play all the time. I can see us playing it too much that we're going to start to get a little bit bored with it without getting the expansions.
I don't know what the expansions add.
Me either. I think just more cards, maybe.
No idea.
But I love this game. It's just super fun. It's easy. We can pick it up, throw it in your bag. You could play it anywhere. We have taught it to many people, and we've played it with many people, and we just love it.
My number 6 favorite game of all time is Dune Imperium. Imperium.
I totally forgot about this game.
I knew you forgot. There's a couple on here. I think I'm surprised that
I can't believe that's on your top 10.
Why?
Yeah, I can. Because it's Dune. I thought maybe like wherever I had Arnak, you would just have Dune.
Why?
I don't know. That's
weird.
just how my brain works.
Dune Imperium is a deck builder with worker placement elements to it. And there's also a sidetrack and a battle element, which Arnak does not have. I love Dune theme. I love the book. I haven't read any of the other books, only the first one. Dune Imperium's super tight, and every game of this we've played has come down to one or two moves at the very end in terms of determining the winner.
It did not end up on my top 50.
I can't believe that.
Because I don't know.
Because you're an Arnak fanboy and you can't get rid of your bias.
First of all, I'm a fangirl. Now, keep in mind
you got your head in the sand.
The first time we played Dune Imperium, we played it for 17 hours because we played it wrong.
It wasn't 17 hours.
The best experience. And then the second time, I wasn't even close to winning.
It wasn't 17 hours.
Okay, obviously it wasn't 17 hours. And the second time, I wasn't even close to winning. And you know how that makes me feel. So we need to play more. My number 6 is another one by Sir John D. Clare. He's not knighted, but I like to pretend that he is. And that is Cubitos. I love this game. This game has everything, okay? It has everything. It's bright, it's colorful, it has racing, it has push your luck, it has little cube animals. It's funny, it makes me laugh. I always win. It's great. I love it so much. This is just a racing game. You're in this like cube land and you're just racing. And there's so much variability. This game I recommend. A lot of people have asked us what do we prefer between Quacks and Cubitos, and I always say like
that's pretty easy for me.
I don't really compare them that much.
No, they can live harmoniously for sure.
But obviously, according to my list, I would prefer Cubitos if I had to make the choice between them. I love this game so much.
I'm not shocked by that at all. My number 5 is a game we also have not played in a hot minute, but I think next board game weekend I would like to pull this one out. That is Gaia Project.
Okay, so that was on your list last year at number 7. So it has gone up.
Gaia Project is a re-themed, reskinned version of Terra Mystica. You are building out a bit of a tech tree in order to fulfill aspects of a Gaia project, essentially, which includes, I don't want to say terraforming, but like, because that's like terraforming Mars, but it is kind of like terraforming planets, building out satellite, different building types, factories, to score victory points. Really love the theme. I'm a big space guy, as you're aware. Gaia Project is just, again, a product of not having the play group. There's an element here of me picking games that I don't get to play because we're 2-player primary.
Yep.
That I absolutely love and probably would always want to play if I had a group of 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My number 5 favorite game of all time is Fort from Leader Games. Okay, this is a deck builder where you're a bunch of kids, you're building up forts, you're getting toys of pizza, making friends, stealing your friends from other people. You're just trying to build your fort the fastest. This is the game that every time Jeff's like, well, what do you want to play? If I don't know, there's 2 games I go for. I won't mention the other one yet. But this is always one that I will pull out.
I can attest to that.
Always. I rarely ever win this game.
No, she does
Rarely, but I love it.
It's very good.
It's so good. I love it. I love the art. It's Kyle Farron art. It's Leader Games, so you know it's good. It is a deck builder game, but you can, take cards from the playground or you can steal from your opponent's backyard. And so the deck building aspect becomes a very interesting part of this game when we play because we're only stealing each other's friends. So our decks are very small.
We're so competitive.
But I'm just like, I don't want you to have him. I don't want you to have her. So anyways, I love this game. I always have fun.
So we're moving into top 4. This was the hardest part of my ranking. Any one of these 4 could have been anywhere in this 1 to 4. In my opinion, all 4 of these are 1.
I know what 3 of them are.
It's just, they all live there. My number 4 favorite game of all time is Vast Crystal Caverns.
My number 4 favorite game of all time is
our
Vast
first
Crystal
one.
Caverns. I assume
our
it's going
only
to be,
official crossover.
This is going to be our only crossover.
Vast Crystal Caverns is a purely asymmetrical game wherein you have one sole objective. It is basically to defeat one other person on the board.
Yeah.
Unless I believe you're playing as the thief, which
and then you're just trying to steal stuff.
You're trying to just steal stuff, or the cave, which the cave is trying to build out itself and then collapse itself onto everyone. That's it. There's no board. The cave is your board. You're playing as the board and you're building out the board as you play. It is incredible.
Oh, it's
and
so
I
good.
don't understand why more people don't play this game or why it doesn't get more love.
No.
I have no idea. I looked this up on BGG. It's in the 600s.
Yeah, people are very intimidated by this game, but one thing I will say is I was too at first. This game is so much easier to learn than Root. If you can learn Root, you can very easily learn Vast. Very easily.
I've struggled a little bit with people that have said that, Crystal Caverns is difficult to learn because, in my opinion, you just need to learn your one player ability. Yeah, you would want it inherently.
It's nice to have one person who kind of knows how everything works, but other than that, everybody else just needs to know their faction.
It's so good. We love Vast so much. It competes with the Initiative in terms of my favorite gaming moment of last year.
It was my favorite gaming experience.
It is so good. I cannot wait to play it more. We have not played Mysterious Manor yet.
We do own it.
My number 4 and Jamie's number 4 from Leader Games, Vast, Crystal Caverns.
So good.
So good. Love it so much. You're very curious about my top.
Mm-hmm. No. I know what at least 2 of them are.
My number 3 favorite game
yes.
of all time is Res Arcana.
Okay, I knew that would be there.
As Jamie has already alluded to, Res Arcana is a fantasy-themed engine builder. The thing I love most about Res Arcana is there is a draft variant that you can play wherein you draft your hand and makes it a little bit easier to build synergy. But where I love Res Arcana the best is that you are dealt a hand of cards and it is up to you to figure out how to make those cards work.
Deal with what you're dealt.
You are essentially laying out cards and building up resources in order to buy places of power, which allow you to build out your engine even further and score victory points. First person to 10 wins, and it has one of the coolest first player abilities I've ever seen in a game, wherein if you are first player, you get a victory point. First person to pass their turn in a round gets to be first player, gets the victory point. Res Arcana is one of my most played games of last year, and every time I play it, I love it more and more and more.
Yep. My number 3 game of all time was on my list last year as my number 3. It is still my number 3, and that is Mansions of Madness. I love this game. I don't think there's a Cthulhu game that could ever touch Mansions of Madness for me. I love the fact that it has an app that makes it very atmospheric. I love that it is so challenging. Like, you're gonna lose this game, and I think in these types of games, that's something that you want to happen. It's very challenging, but not so bad that you can't win.
Except for a couple scenarios.
A couple of them took us a long time, but we did end up beating them eventually. I have never gotten bored of this game. I think we will go into big spurts of this game and then we'll put it away for a while and then we'll pull it out again. And as soon as we pull it out again, I want to play it again and again and again. And I need to give you some breaks from it, I think. So I'm very excited to pull this out again this year and hopefully maybe get some more of the expansions because we only have Sanctum of Twilight. So we only have 1. Yeah, this game will just never get old for me. I love it. I really love it.
There's certain games that we'll play one time and Jamie will be like, you want to go again?
Again.
And that's one of them. There's only a few that she's like that with, and Mansions of Madness is definitely one of them.
And when we were playing Cthulhu Death May Die, I think some people thought maybe it would challenge Mansions of Madness for me, but it never. For you. Yeah, I was like, nah, not as good.
Yeah, it's too fighty for you.
Yeah.
Not enough.
I like this game is puzzly. Like you have to solve different things, and there's a challenge to it. There's a challenge in Cthulhu Death May Die as well.
It's
but
very
it's
much
different.
more railed though. Like in terms of there's not a ton of exploration. It's just rolling dice, defeating monsters.
Exactly. Yeah.
My number 2 favorite game of all time.
Oh, I know exactly what your top 2 are.
Stonemaier Games is Scythe.
This was your number 4 last year.
I could do a whole video talking about my love for Scythe.
We actually have a video on the channel all about Scythe if you'd like to go watch it.
We all love Scythe. Jamie loves Scythe. Jason loves Scythe. I don't know where Zach lands on it, but Jason absolutely adores Scythe, so it's always a pleasure to play that with him. I'm looking at my computer. My background is from Scythe.
It's the first game you ever painted?
It's the first game I ever painted. I love the theme, the dystopian kind of alternate reality industrial world. I love mechs. It's beautiful. This game is beautiful. We have everything, almost everything for it. I don't have the big modular board, but that's because we tend to.
Where would we put it?
Yeah, we don't have a place. Rise of Fenris is one of my favorite gaming moments ever. Such a great campaign-esque addition to this game. I can't say enough. I don't think it'll ever move out of my top 5.
I knew that was going to be there, and I know what your number 1 is, Sam. My number 2 favorite game of all time is Overboss from Brotherwise Games. I love this game. I love this game. I love this game. I love this game. I felt betrayed when it was at number 40-something on Jeff's list. I think I just had a mini stroke.
You need a break too.
On Jeff's list. We've played this a lot together, but this is my most played solo game ever. It's my favorite game to play solo.
You have a different affinity for it.
I do. Sure. There's just something about it that I just love. Like, I love the puzzle of it. I love like optimizing where I put people. I like the variety. I am really hoping that more content will be put out for this game, more terrains and monsters and expansions.
There's
and
a lot they could
whatever.
do, yeah.
There's so much that they could do here, and I just love it. It's beautiful. Nobody talks about how pretty this game is. Have you seen the cover?
I love the art.
It's insane.
In this game.
It's beautiful. I love it, and I will forever talk the good graces of Overboss. We loved it so much. We had Zach's copy. He moved back from Egypt. He tried to take it back from us because he owned it, and so I just bought him a new copy.
Yeah.
And just kept this one because I'm like, no, I can't not have this game in my collection.
Yeah.
So that's Overboss, my number 2.
Not surprised.
You know what my number 1 is then, right?
Yes.
Okay. I've known about yours since the very beginning.
Yeah. My number 1 favorite game of all time is from Leader Games. Yeah. That is Root.
Root? Told you.
I loved Root the first time I played it at 2. Wasn't great, but I still had a very good time with it. I loved it at our 3-player count with Jamie and Jason.
Who did you play?
I was the Woodland Alliance,
right.
And you guys were the birds and the cats,
That's
I believe.
Right.
I absolutely just love Root. To Jamie's point, I think she mentioned it in her take on it. We primarily play on the app now, which has been great. I mean, it's a great way for people to get into Root, and I'm so happy that Jamie has gotten into it because when the Marauders expansion comes out, that will mean probably we get to play it more.
Yeah.
I do wish we were able to play this more in person with people because I have everything for it. I love everything to do with Root. Super cute.
I love Root too.
So good.
It's adorable.
So many things I could say.
See,
that is my number 1 favorite game of all time.
I predicted it.
Root, Leader Games. You did. Beginning. I mean, you knew.
I knew. I was like, there's no way this is not number 1. I was like kind of going back and forth. I thought Scythe might be your number 1, but
again, I think any of those 4 would be able to have an argument for number 1.
Yeah. Now, I assume that this is going to come to no shock to anyone at all, but my number 1 game of all time is Agricola. Just kidding. Gotcha. That's not even close. My number 1 game of all time is Villainous. This was my number 1 game last year as well. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot.
Maybe if they stop doing expansions or something.
I love Disney. Like, there is nothing in the world besides, we're not talking about friends, family, and the animals, that I love more than Disney. I love that
they had to caveat into
Yeah,
that.
well, I mean, obviously. Villainous was one of our intro games. We have everything. It is displayed very prominently in our basement, in our board game shelves. I hope that they never stop making expansions for this. It is my favorite game to play. And then when we had our Villainous tournament, I'm sure many of you thought that my love would dwindle, but guess what? It did not. That was just a weird day. Usually I win way more than that.
That was one of the best days ever.
I can't get enough of this game. It's perfect 2-player game. I love all of the characters, some more than others. I'm very excited for the new expansion that's coming out because it has Madame Mim in it, and I love Madame Mim. And
you actually saw, I wouldn't say predicted it, but
she was on my most anticipated, if I could pick. We might have a video coming up about that in the future, so we won't talk too much about that, but she was on the list, so now I have to take her off of the list. That's my number 1. It's going to take a lot for that to ever change. Ever. Like ever. And that is our top 10 board games of all time. It has been a journey. We've gone through 50 games. I believe we will probably try and do this every year.
Yeah, I think
just to see how things change. So many people have been doing their top 10s. So now that you're finished watching ours, you should definitely, if you haven't already, Before You Play just did theirs. All You Can Board just did theirs. Board Game Barrage just did theirs. And so many more people. I've seen tons of them come out. So I I think it's so much fun to see what kind of games people love, and it always gives you great ideas for what to add to your list.
Yeah, I really love these lists, and I think it's cool to do them every year. Depending on how long we're in this hobby, which we think is going to be a very long time.
Forever.
You know, we can look back and see how we've evolved as gamers every year, and I think that's a really neat exercise.
And something very exciting, also, our next video is going to be Kyle's top 10 games of all time. If you missed the announcement, Kyle is joining our channel for a video a month, and he's kicking it off with the top 10 because he also wants you to get to know him and his gaming preferences a little bit better.
Which are going to be very
somewhat
similar to, some will be similar to mine.
Kyle likes some big boys.
Yeah, Kyle is a completely different dynamic than ours in terms of game likes.
Very different from mine.
Bet you Agricola's on that list.
Oh, probably. Ugh. Those are our top 50 games of all time. Let us know down below what some of your favorites are. Let us know if we surprised you. Were you surprised about Villainous? You shouldn't have been. If you're interested in buying board games like any of the 50 that we have talked about so far, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us here in Halifax, that is...
the Boardroom Game Cafe.
Heck yeah, it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon.
And now we say...
goodbye.
Better
Goodbye.
days. If you can hear that noise, our heat pump just kicked in.
Anyways, it's all good in the hood. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about...
You started that, and I was like, board games.
Guess we have to start again. You said okay, and then you immediately started
I need to rub my face.
Touching your face.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not a donkey. Is there something like sticking out of that eye?
I can't see anything.
Okay, Jeff, then it doesn't exist.
You're accurate on all of those things.
I am accurate, if nothing else. Yeah, and this is a game like that we've only really played one time.
No, we've played it twice.
We did?
Yeah.
Anyways, we've only played it however many times. Just so everybody knows, if the camera angle has changed slightly, it is because our battery died. So...
right at the end.
right at the end. All right.